Hello, Annette. How are you?
I'm great. How you doing, Miss Anita?
I'm blessed and highly favored. I am doing well. God is good all the time and all the time. What?
God is good, girly.
All right now. And hello to you, movers and shakers, our movers. We love you all so much. How are you all this evening? We hope that all is well. We hope that y'all are ready and tuned in. We hope that y'all done called Lottie Dottie and everybody and told them that Annette and Anita are on. It's time to go, y'all. I got to sit down, got to grab my tea so I can go get the tea. Welcome to Movement Worldwide. You are tuned into Can We Talk? Brought to you by none other than your co-hosts Anita Faye Wilson and Annette L. Anderson. This is a production of Movement Worldwide. We are a motivational organization there to educate minds, empower, nurture, and transform. We are a move meant to move. Yes, we are a move meant to move. We want to help you thrust into your purpose so that you can start living the best version of yourself and
Yes.
win. We tapped into some winning information. We have some winners' resources. We're seated at the winners' table, and we invite you to take a seat right along with us, right, Annette?
Yes, that's listen. We're here every Wednesday and we always have room. It may, if you may think the table is full, but I'm here to let you know there's several chairs waiting just for
Come
you.
on, come on. She said, you may think the table is full, but there are several seats around this table. You hear me? And as
Several.
we say so often, we are not psychologists, but what are we, Annette?
Lifeologists.
We are lifeologists. We've lived some things, we've experienced some things, we've been through some stuff, we survived some stuff. And listen, we know the talk, we know how to deal with it, we know how to deal with some stuff. And we just like to sit down and have a nice, practical conversation with you so that you could learn how to deal with them too. Oh man, it's so awesome when we're able to sit down and empower one another. So we just love y'all so much and we thank y'all for joining us. Hello, Grace Union Completion. Hello, how are you all? Y'all let us know that you're here. Shoot us a hello. How you doing? All the good stuff. Buenos dias, everything. Shoot us a message and let us know that you're here with us and that you have tuned in. We're so grateful to have you join us. You could have gone anywhere else with your time, but you decided to stop by here, and we are so delighted to have your presence. And before we do anything else, we're going to ask that you do a couple of things. That video that you're watching, if you wouldn't mind hitting that subscribe button. That subscribe button is going to let you become a part of our family. Also, make sure you hit the notification, and that way you'll know anytime that we're on. You'll always know that we are here. Hit that notification button, hit that subscribe button. Make sure that you're here with us. Make sure that you're tuned in. The next thing we want to ask you to do is to click that little arrow like that. That's the share button. Hit that share button. Share it with your friends. Share it with your family. Share it with coworkers. Share it with Lottie Dottie and everybody, and let them know you need to be on here tonight. Not tomorrow, not next week, not last week, but when, Annette? Tonight,
At night.
right now, or like
Yes.
people say, right now. You need to be on here right now. So we want y'all here right now, quick, fast, and in a hurry. So let them know. The other thing we want you to do is to make sure that you are tuned in to all of our social media platforms. You can follow us everywhere. You can follow us on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram. Follow us everywhere at movementworldwide.org. At Movement Worldwide is at Movement Worldwide is our signature. Almost everywhere you'll be able to find us. And also our
Yeah.
website, movementworldwide.org. The other thing that we want you to do is to know that you can sow a seed. We are a nonprofit organization. You can sow a seed via Cash App. Our Cash App is $Movement Worldwide. Again, that's $Movement Worldwide. Or you can become a patron. How do I become a patron? I'm so glad you asked. You ask great questions. The way you become a patron is you go to our website. You go to our website, movementworldwide.org, and you click that red button that says become a patron. It'll take you to patreon.com where you can set your own amount. Hi, Elijah. So you can set your own amount and you can set up your account and all of that. And many of our followers have set their amount for more than what we asked for. We asked for $12 a month. That's 40 cents a day. But no matter what the amount, we are greatly appreciative. Hello, Anita. our sisters, the third party of the AAA. All righty. So we're
I
so
like that.
grateful. Okay, the third party of the AAA. We're so grateful. Y'all can sow a seed. You can join us. You can follow us. You can email us at info@movementworldwide.org. You can also text us. Text the word movers to 474747. Again, that's movers to 474747. You can text us and you'll get an alert anytime we're alive, and you'll get links because we do a lot of stuff that, a lot of people don't know how to find us. So we letting you know this is how you're going to find us, right? Right. All righty. And without further ado, we have some things lined up for you. We have our transformational topic where we take idioms and phrases and we deal with them from a practical standpoint. Sometimes you just need to hear somebody break something down to you. Sometimes it just don't make sense, unless it's broke down to you. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Unless it's broke down, you gotta break it down. Sometimes you need it broke down all the way so it can be broke. All righty. So we're gonna go ahead into our conversation tonight. We are excited as always. And our topic tonight, I kind of struggled with this, Annette. And I think I struggle with it because a lot of times when we think about this particular phrase or anything pertaining to this phrase, we think about it from a standpoint of the typical, thing when people are talking about love and marriage. But it can pertain to so much more. Our topic tonight is you can love again.
Oh, man.
You can love again. Now, I'm just going to break it down to you. Okay, so now, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I can share from experience that I know what it feels like to feel like you're not going to ever find a situation that's comparable to the one that broke your heart. And I know oftentimes, I mean, come on, if we're honest with ourselves and if we're honest with each other, we'll say, listen, I thought I was going to lose my mind. I thought it was the end of the world because Bobo didn't want to be with me no more. No. But I got to call him Bobo at that.
Oh, yeah, call him. But I heard
Bobo didn't want to be with me no more. And I thought I was going to lose my ever-loving mind. And, when you're in it, that is exactly how it feels. That's how it seems, because your perspective of it is so one-dimensional. But the thing is, when your heart has been broken, because there are many of us who are currently dealing with heartbreak, and some of us who have been through heartbreak, just got out of heartbreak, or know what heartbreak is. Everybody can relate.
Yeah.
And the thing is, when you have to understand that when you are on your way to healing, part of the process of healing after heartbreak is letting go. Is forgiveness, is walking away from that situation. Because when you don't, you are constantly in a position to try to make that situation the same situation that it was before. I heard Annette say something, and she said that, there's so many, she's all through her life, she has married the same man over again. Because what happens is that we're constantly looking for that same quality, that same fire, that little heartbeat, that pitter patter, and that little thing. Oh, but you don't know how it was from the beginning. And I'm telling you, that's what keeps people in battered relationships. And they want to get back to the way that thing was in the beginning. They want to get back to that feeling of that butterfly feeling they had in their stomach. They want to get back to that. Because when you are going through heartbreak, first of all, it takes you time to recover. So I often see people who go from one situation to another because they have not yet healed. They have not given themselves time to feel sad and angry and confused and to sit in the corner and blow bubbles, as Annette says, or to sit there, or to sit in that room and then I'm gonna do it, or to sit in that room and you see the light going off and on like Homegirl in Fatal Attraction. So we want to, We don't give ourselves the time to heal past those things. So we go and rush right into another situation. It happens with relationships. It happens in friendships. It happens when you are estranged from a family member. And instead of dealing with it, you just sweep it under the rug. We talked about that too. You sweep it under the rug and act like it didn't happen until the next time you get hurt or upset. And that's what happens when you don't allow yourself to heal, whether it's in the same relationship, the same marriage, within your family, or friendship, or whatever, or whether it's another one. You have not given yourself either the time to heal, or you have not gone through the process of healing. Because when you are heartbroken, a part of you is sick for a long time.
So
you have
true.
that void and that numbness and that nag that's in your spirit, in your stomach, in your throat. You feel that thing sometimes for years if you don't know how to take yourself through the process of letting it go. Because in order for you to move past it, you got to identify what qualities did this not have? Now, here's the thing. It does not mean that at one time that person did not love you. He loved you so much, but he may not have had all of the characteristics. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Funny to me.
He might have had like 2 or 3 of them.
Yes.
But he didn't have all of them. Because when you have all of them, then the love that you have for somebody is unconditional. Like the love that you have for Christ. So when you love somebody like that, when you have that love, and when you start to identify and really step back and look at that thing through the healing process and find out from 1 Corinthians 13, 4-8, did he really have all these qualities in that? Did he really have all these qualities? I'm going to read them out to you. You want to tell me if he had all these qualities in that? Did he have all these qualities, Anita? Did he have all these qualities? Huh? Grace, union, completion. Did he have all these qualities, Anita? I can tell you no.
No, most
love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. Oh,
3.
It does not. It is not proud.
Yeah.
It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. Oh, it is not easily angered. Oh, here's one that stabs you deep. It keeps no record of wrong. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices in truth, always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails.
Come on now.
It perseveres. It stands the test of time. And that is the thing. When we have to identify whether or not the situation, whether it's on our part or their part, did not have all of these qualities, then my friends, it was missing something. And what you went through was for your own good. Yeah. God is setting you up so that you will be ready for the real deal. So that you can experience all of that. Because see, when you love somebody, that's a real thing. The transitive verb, y'all know I like to take a verb. My verb tonight is love, and it's a transitive and intransitive verb. And transitive, it means to feel affection or experience this desire for something or someone. The transitive verb, now intransitive, it makes sense without an object, but transitively, it needs an object in order to make sense. And one of the verbs under one of the definitions under that transitive verb is to cherish. To hold dear, to keep or cultivate with care and affection, to nurture. You have to nurture love. You have to hold love dear. You have to thrive in it. It's like a rose loves sunlight, how it just opens up and blossoms. That's what love does. Love is going to feed your spirit, not take away from you. Love is going to nurture you and protect you, not harm you. And that's why we have to identify, because you can love again, but what you have to do is put yourself in the right perspective. And sometimes it takes us years to realize we haven't done that. And we sit around, God, I need a husband, and ain't nobody knocking on the door, ain't nobody ringing the phone, ain't nobody calling, ain't nobody trying, ain't nobody coming calling your name, ain't nobody. It's like dead. And sometimes it's because God's like, have you identified what this is? You kept getting it wrong, Anita. You kept getting it wrong, Annette. I had to bless you later in life when you got it. Because a lot of times we'll get into something. Oh, I'm stepping on my own toe. And then you should see my toes curled up. We'll get into something, God ain't have nothing to do with it. And ask him to bless it.
Yeah, yeah.
You get mad when he don't. We go and get knucklehead. And they're going to bring that mess before God and say, bless my mess. Yeah. Oh, God, I thank you for my blessing. I ain't give you that. That's what we have to do, y'all. But there is hope. There is so much hope in this because guess what? God is a God of another chance. Yes. God is a God of a chance after chance after chance. It might take you some time. You might go through a process. But remember, you can and will love again as long as you have the courage to face yourself and deal with the issues that you have contributed. And then face what you were dealing with the person, people, situations, or family members that you encountered. Because sometimes you hurt people and don't even realize you did until you go back and look at yourself. And then you realize that sometimes down at the core that you were the culprit.
Come on, Nita. That's saying something right there.
But even through all of that, Annette, you can love again. Yeah. And let me tell you something. And oftentimes, we, like I said from the beginning, we look at this from a relationships perspective, male, female, marriage, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. But let me tell you something. Sometimes we be so far removed because we're looking for the things to fulfill our fleshly desires that we don't get into the predicament with Christ that we should, where we would be operating in the words of the old song, "Take me back." Yeah. Take me back, dear Lord, to the place where I first received you. That's that love. That love for God, that love for Christ, that love for salvation, that love for being sanctified and set apart for the use of God, that love for being used by God, that's the connection. That's the love that you need to have first. Yeah. And understand that he loves you and when nobody else does. He loved you from the beginning. He loved you enough that you were fearfully and wonderfully made, that before the foundation of the world, he spoke your name. He loved you so much that he knows the hairs on your head. He loved you so much that he keeps your tears in a bottle. He loves you so much that no matter what you do or how far away you are removed from him, he will still leave 99 sheep just to come after you. Now that's love.
That's love.
And when I think about how much he loves me, oh my God, I almost got full just thinking about it. When I think about how much he loves me, I'm so content with his love, and whatever he has for me, I know it's best. Yeah. And when you get to that point, that's when God can, let me tell you, when you can rest assured in him to that point, you don't know what lies ahead. You're so busy looking around you for the physical manifestation that you don't realize that for the mere fact that you are used by God, that you're still breathing, that God is providing for you and protecting you and has given you insight and vision and prophetic words and all kinds of things, that is love. So yeah. You can love again.
You can. Yeah. Can I weigh in just a second? I think one of the things that I've learned in my multiple relationships that sometimes we're so busy looking for the natural, but we're not asking. We want to love again. We want them to look a certain way. But then, when was the last time we asked God for a spiritual connection?
Come on.
And that is one of the dangers of relationships, because because I never did till much later in life. Mm. I was looking for a certain thing, and everybody I knew had it.
Right.
But I didn't ask God for a spiritual connection. Not that, like, say, God, okay, this is who you would have me to be. Also in my walk, my spiritual connect. Will he understand when I'm praying, I'm fasting? Those kind of things that we don't really a lot of time focus on. Yeah, but that's all I wanted to say on that.
Man, let me tell you, that's some power for you. And I
Yeah.
hope that blessed somebody tonight. Let me tell you, because it really got me.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times, and I've been in conversations with friends and with people, and I've heard them express their heartbreak and their sadness because maybe you've been married, you've been in a relationship, your heart has been broken, you're not married, you desire companionship, and then you feel like God has just forgotten about you. But he
Yeah, it
has
seems
not
like that.
forgotten. He hasn't.
He has not.
He hasn't forgotten.
No.
He knows and he sees everything. Nothing takes him by surprise. But oftentimes we lose that connection with him, that we fail to put ourselves in a position to be blessed. Because
Yeah.
in order to be blessed by God like that, to receive the abundance that he has for you, it takes humility and repentance, and you have to go back to that place. That's why, every time I think about that song, take me back, dear Lord, to the place where I first received you. Take me back, dear Lord, where I first believe. Because that's at that point, your eyes were so wide open, your nose was wide open for Jesus. You would preach to a tree, to a frog, to a dog. You wanted everybody to be saved. You go back and try to resave the person that got you saved in the first place. That's the kind of stuff we do. That's the kind of stuff we do. And that's why it's important. It is important for us to make sure that we have connected to God and connected ourselves that way, and that we stay in that predicament. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
All right, we got to get off that, because Annette gonna kill us. She's gonna take us down with this. I already know. And when I look at it, when I start typing in the title, I'll be like, oh my God, what is she gonna do with this here tonight, right, Champ? Because this one right here tonight is like stepping on a lot of toes. But before we do, we're gonna do our famous toast. Can we talk, Annette? Can we talk?
Listen.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Uh-oh. 3 weeks in a row, y'all.
Girl,
3 weeks in a row.
yeah.
Can we talk?
Even with all my issues. Got it.
All right. So we are going to have our conversation in just about a minute. But before we do, y'all, we're going to pause right now for a word from the quotologist herself. We're going to pause for our Annettism. And right after that, we're going to come back with the rest of our discussion. Don't you go anywhere. As a matter of fact, in this moment, make sure you hit somebody up and tell them, y'all need to get on right now. Power Tool is coming up.
Yes.
Power Tool is coming up. But we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Yes, yes. Have you ever wondered? Have you ever wondered how the stars hang in the sky at night? Have you ever wondered how they still manage to shine bright? Have you ever wondered how darkness is able to change to light? Have you ever wondered how man's weakness is God's might? Well, it's because God spoke, let there be, and everything was all right. It's because we're able to walk by faith and not by sight. It's because we were once wrong, he died so we can live right. It's because of him now we're able to go to higher heights. It's because he's given us what we need to soar and take flight. This is Annettism's Expressions. Yeah, all right now. All right. Let's get going with the power tool. There are some matters and experiences that causes people to become hurt, fractured, or broken spiritually and emotionally. I've been all of those. Sometimes it just takes a conversation, y'all. That's all. Sometimes just to talk to somebody, to mend the broken heart or spirit. In some cases, a Band-Aid won't do. We keep covering it up. You need a power tool.
Power tool.
All right, our power tool tonight is going to be church hopping. Is there a biblical foundation? Church hopping, is there a biblical foundation? And I'm sure so many of, I know if you've been to a church or know the Lord or saved, you've heard of church hopping. So when I was studying for this, I found a definition that I kind of believe that sums it up. Church hopping is going from one church to another without committing to any one church for any significant period of time. When I started to really focus on this, and it was so much information, I was trying to condense it so it would be within our time. You see, to be honest, the Bible does not address the issue of church hopping. That's the buzzword we so often hear vocalized. If you notice, there's always a buzzword. Something about Brandon. You're gonna lose your job. It's always a buzzword, and for the church, it's church hopping. Mm-hmm. It appears that there would be scripture to support this statement. Not true. I looked, nothing to support it. This actually is a man-made terminology, because we live in a mobile society. It's normal for people to change residence, jobs, cities, and churches. In the early church, y'all, they were a home-based movement where the believers went from house to house. This is what they're trying to allude to. Maybe that this was church hopping during that time, but it wasn't. That was the way that they worshiped. So church hopping is a new term. However, the author of Hebrews does address the issue of church attendance. In Hebrews 10:25, we read, "Let us not give up meeting together, as some are not in the habit of doing, but let us encourage one another, and all the more as we see the day approaching." Well, sometimes people church hop or search out other places of worship to avoid getting too deeply involved with any one congregation. But that defeats the purpose, because if you join a church and if you're going to ever become a part of the church, you need to get there and stay there and hopefully grow, But I was looking at this, and here's just a few reasons why people church, as we call church hop. I like we bunnies. I don't get it, but that's just the terminology. One of the things is when people go to a church and say, but my old church. This usually means that they want your church to be like their old church. And so sometimes people will go to another church because it does not fit what they're looking for. It does not fit what they believe should be taught. So that's one of the ways that people church hop. I just hate saying church hop. Mm-hmm. And others say, I just need to be fed. And so sometimes people, they go somewhere else because they feel like they're not getting what they need, but they feel like they need. So this means I don't want to do anything. I'm here just to sit and see what I can get out of this church. So don't expect me to serve in any way, shape, or form. But that's some of the way people talk. But if you grow up a certain way and you're used to a certain type of preaching, because like if I go somewhere, it's very difficult for me to sit in a congregation when the pastor's preaching and God, and so that for me that drives me insane. So I already know if I was to go to a church, that would be a no-brainer for me, because I'm used to being taught. I'm used to people breaking the word down and giving me something to chew on for the week. Mm-hmm. And then there's others. I'm looking for a church that teaches the word. That's one of the reasons, and it means I'm looking for a church that dispenses lots of information, but without challenging me to do anything. I disagree with that. Some people feel that way because they need the word to be broken down. Because if you think about it, Anita, a lot of times when you read the word, the Bible, it can be kind of confusing. So that's why we have to go back in and get the Hebrew, Greek, and all that to try to bring it together. And so oftentimes, if we go to a church that we're not getting that, that's a reason people leave. People leave because I'm not getting what I feel like I need. Mm-hmm. So, and then this is a biggie. And I have a friend that had a problem with this. She said, I should know the pastor. So in other words, they are those who want to have a personal relationship with the pastor. They want to break bread with the pastor. Mm-hmm. And sometimes it's not always that the pastors are being mean, but sometimes they don't have time to come sup with you. Mm-hmm. And so me personally, I never wanted to know my pastor on a personal level. I wanted to always have that distance between us. And there are people, because I know I have a friend, I said, well, I don't go there because when I was going to Carrie, oh yeah, I don't go to Carrie, he don't know all the people. I think myself, I've been to smaller churches and they don't know everybody.
Okay.
I've been to smaller churches where people snub you. I've been to churches. I know the first time I went to this one church here in Daytona, very first visit, the usher was just the rudest thing I ever seen. I walked in there. I'm so used to being greeted. You're like, well, come in, be black. She told me that, go over there and sit down. I'm like, So that's one of the reasons. And then some people have problems when you talk about money. They say, oh, all they want is money, money, money. But it takes money to raise, your builders and raise different organizations. And you have to have money. That's so important. Some people also need a church where there's a children's church. That's important for some people. And so these are just some of the reasons, why people decide that they don't want to go to your church. And the problem that bothers me when people say church hopping, and I'm just skipping that so we can move on. But one of the things that really bothers me when people say that, my question has always been, are you concerned about their body taking up a seat? Are you concerned about their soul? Are you concerned that you got, you can say, well, I got 500 members or 600 members or 700 members. So my question has always been, and I've heard pastors talk about church hopping. I've heard, lay people talk about church hopping. But why are you so concerned about that? Because if there's a person that you have not seen in a while, they may not necessarily be church hopping. Maybe somebody's sick, and so we don't have that type of camaraderie anymore, but we really be concerned about people. All we know is they're not there. And a lot of times how we track people, and it's just the truth, is by their offering, and it just is. So it is when I was looking at that, I said, well, church hopping is something we should not say. It's a personal choice. It's a personal choice where you go. And everybody is looking for whatever they're looking for. So when you say church hopping, my question is, are you concerned about that person's soul? And even in church now, we're concerned about souls. Because I know when I was growing up, that was a big thing, souls. We got to get souls. But now you don't even really hear told a lot about the souls, that people really need to know the Lord and feel like they are part of something. I was listening on Clubhouse last night. A young lady was talking, and see, she was talking about her personal experience at church. And that's another thing, the personal experience, the way you treat people, the pastors. There's a lot of reasons. I left my former church because I didn't like the way the pastor treated other people. I didn't like that. So you're not going to stand up there every Sunday and do a series on love and then you walk out and don't speak. Are you kidding me? I don't care how good the word was on point, and I mean, it was the music was tight, the musician, but I didn't like the fact that you could get up there and preach. For me, that was a no-brainer. I went every Sunday, not looking forward to it. And then I didn't enjoy the word because I'm thinking, he'll be just preaching and stumping, watch this. And I'd be like, yeah, watch this. Yeah, watch this. You ain't even speak to that girl. You're not even a nice person, And so these are the things that causes us to go somewhere else. Like with me, I'm not attending a regular quote unquote church, but I'm not church hopping. Because see, I am the church. So wherever I go, there the church is. The building is just where the church. So church is. So when you go to church, if it's 500 people in church, that's 500 churches. Because we are the body of Christ. We are the church. And so to say people church hopping, I totally disagree. And I'm finally saying for some people, God may send them outside the walls. We're not church hopping. We're just outside the walls, because I used to think like when I went to Calvary and some other people, I was like, y'all got it on lock, but it's so much out here that y'all will never touch. And so we're church outside the walls. That's what we do. But with all the conversation I've had about church hopping, is it really about the bodies that will fill the seats and not the souls of those who have left the church to find another church? And some people never go back. Some people get offended. Now, some people are offended about everything. Some people don't matter, but there are other people who really have been offended, where people actually have been like saying all kinds of crazy stuff to people and hurting people. And a lot of times what pastors, now I don't know what they're doing now because I'm not there, but one of the things they used to like to shame people. There's a difference between open rebuke and trying to cut people down and shame them. And I've seen both. I've seen open rebuke. Well, at one time I like, well, young lady, you may have had that coming. But then I've seen other times when they will openly say something to shame people or preach on you. We had a meeting one time and they asked a question. I answered how I wanted to answer. Because I'm not going to answer how you think I should. I don't know who you think you are. I'm just not going to. And so I got preached on that next Sunday. Oh, there was somebody in the meeting who said, I want to say, me, but I didn't do it because that would have been disrespectful. It was me who said it because I did not agree with what he said. Everybody else, that's right, Pastor. No. But I do believe, though, that we must get rooted and grounded in God. Okay, first of all, and then have a place of worship, whatever God have called you to do. If your place of worship is going to and fro and declaring the word or whatever, like what we do on Sundays. That's what we do. We're not church hoppers. Are you kidding me? The only thing I know that hop is a bunny. Listen, what I do is I take my time and I do the things that I believe I've been called to do. And I'll say this: one of the problems is some of people sitting in church should have been hopped a long time ago. People are sitting places, that they God has called you to do something and you sitting there. I used to tell them all the time, but I've been there 13 years. And so what's your point? I said, but if God called you to minister, then that's what you got to figure out how that you're going to tap into that. And so we sit there time after time and ministers. I'm just going to go there with y'all and me. Sometimes we sit there, wait, the pastor's going to release me. That's my bishop. Listen, what if he never releases you? I've been there. I've been there and I sit there and I should have been Peter Cottontail. We just want to talk about and hop right on out the bunny trail and went on and did the thing that God called me to do. So is church hopping biblical? No, it's a buzzword. We use it. We use it to really talk about people. We use it because we feel like, how dare you left this church? Because some people think, I'm almost finished. Some people think their church the only people that attend that church going to heaven. So the rest of the world, if you don't sit under pastor so and so and bishop so and so, you're going to hell. But now I thought about it one day. I said, wait a minute, this church, this is the 100th anniversary. We had those anniversaries. Yeah, but that over 2,000, 4,000 years ago there was churches. So you mean to tell me none of them made it in? It's just your church, So sometimes you have to leave because God said it. Period. And and sometimes you leave because you're not happy there. Sometimes and all the other things that I mentioned earlier, the reason why people leave church, not church hopping. They just decide as an adult that I have a right to go to another place of worship. And if I don't come to your house of worship, I am not a bastard. I'm none of those things that they like to label people. I just choose to walk into the things that I believe God had called me to do. And I guarantee if more people begin to really tap into what God said for them, it'll be a few more that's not hopping, but leaving and going to do what God has called them to do. So that's my little take on church hopping.
That's heavy. I got one thing I want to say before we go on to the thing, because you know what? I just want to open the doors of the church right now because that was powerful. First of all, before I say my spiel, I want to give Jassy Carrot a bell. She done said a mouthful up on here. You can go back and look at the comments. She done said a mouthful.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I want to say one thing from a comedic place. When Kyle was young, that's right, Grace, don't know anyone in explanation, period. When Kyle was young, like, high school, like, 10th, 11th grade, of course, he's been preaching since he was 12. He'd be so mad if since he was 6, but licensed since he was 12. He'd be mad if he knew I was sharing this, but I'm going to tell him anyway. I'm going to send him a video. So if he watch it, oh well. But my friend, God rest her soul, Kristen Clark, she used to say, she used to tease him because everywhere he went, Kyle had a crew of people that went with him. Now, when he got older, I was a single parent, so I was like always busy. And by the time Kyle graduated from high school, when a child is 18, you can be tired. You don't be there.
I had to put it up there right.
You be tired. I was tired. I wasn't trying to be, fooling up with Kyle and where he went and what he did. And my friend used to say all the time, all right, there go Kyle and his God squad. She used to tickle me saying that Kyle, every time Kyle didn't like somewhere he was going, he'll pick up and leave, and his God squad will go with him. That's what she called all his little friends. I miss her. She's talking about, we're calling the God squad at today. But here's the thing. In a lot of cases, though, and that people are accused of that when a situation doesn't fit them. And it doesn't necessarily, I like what I like what Jassy said earlier about the fact that, with the statement that she made about the women being referred to as a gardening tool. She said that the definition that has been assigned to church is the same as a woman engaged with one man after another. She's a gardening tool for this behavior. And she said some other stuff. I'm just going to put this up. But in essence, at the end of her statement, she said wrong terminology, which I agree. Wrong terminology completely. And see, what happens is we start to label people based on when something doesn't fit them. And there's one thing that Bishop Trotter said years ago, and it stuck with me because, I think I know I've been a member of a few churches in my lifetime, but I've never been one to go to another one quickly after the other because, when I'm ticked off, I need some time off. I very rarely have I just gone from one situation to the next. Most of the time I've taken some time. And the last time I took about 3 years before I ever became a part of another ministry. So, but Bishop Trotter said, why stay where you're tolerated? Go where you're celebrated. Mm-hmm. And that stuck with me because some people spend 20, 30, 50, 60, 70 years somewhere where they're sitting there looking like they've been sucking on lemons the entire time because they're not happy, not fulfilled, not getting what they need, mad at everybody, don't like the way nobody do nothing, can't stand every pastor that comes through is something wrong with them. When in essence, in a lot of cases, there's something wrong with you. So in that case, you have the right to pick yourself up instead of, there's a lot of people don't go anywhere, because they're so afraid of what somebody's going to say. Oh, they hopping. There she go church hopping. And then when you actually decide to go back to a church that you used to go to, why they always got to say, well, he done came home. Well, she came home. Oh, they used to aggravate me so much. And I think, some of the stuff, some of the foolishness and the terminology and the colloquialisms that we use in church these days just keep people out the door. So I want us to just lower all of those walls and bring down all those curtains and stop hitting people across the head with this foolish terminology like this. Sounds like that usher Miss Annette just mentioned. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how it is, though. So I just wanted to say that, but I know we got to keep moving because we got to go into our tea time topics. But as always, I'm telling you, y'all, let me tell you, these power tools, I'm telling you, these are those hard to have conversations because, we're not popular for having these conversations because I know there's some pastors and bishops somewhere saying, oh, they ain't doing them, spreading venom. No, we're telling the truth because we don't live this stuff. We've been there. We've lived it.
That's right.
And there's too much foolishness and dictation and all kinds of stuff going on in the church and calling it God. It has nothing to do with him. Love on people. Love where they at. Figure out where they're at and try to minister to them from the perspective they're in, not to squeeze them into your own little ways and your views because it doesn't fit everybody.
That's right.
If it doesn't fit them, they have the right to get up and leave.
They do.
Without being called to church. Boom. All righty. So there was the power tool, y'all. So now we're going to go on to the next phase. But before we do, we're going to pause for just a minute. Don't go anywhere because y'all know we got the tea. We got the tea. We have the tea, Annette.
We got the tea.
We got the tea, y'all. So y'all know we got the tea with the tea time topics. So don't go anywhere. We're going to pause for a quick commercial. We'll be right back with our tea time topics in just about a minute.
Walk into your God-given destiny with power and conviction with Power Walk Sunday, starting March 7th, each and every Sunday at 10 a.m. live on multiple platforms. TNT, that's Tuesday Night Talk with Annette L. Anderson, every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. live on multiple platforms. Go where you can soar. That's Speak It, Orated, Articulated, and Reverberated. When we eat well, we live well, and all will be well. Go to elbwell.com, join the journey, and take your life back. You can also join Eat Well, Live Well, Be Well every second and fourth Saturday at 3 p.m. for Be Well, a health and wellness series. If you don't have your copy, get yours today at Amazon.com. That's Living Life One Quote at a Time by Annette L. Anderson. Helping us grow spiritually together. Tired of the fluff and puff of playing church? Ready to be a powerful vessel? Ready to work the word? Join Connie Green every Tuesday at 7 p.m. on Facebook Live. And we're here every Wednesday at 7 p.m. live with Can We Talk? Your co-hosts, Annette L. Anderson and Anita Faye Wilson, with Tea Time Topics, where we discuss trending subjects and current events. You can also discuss these with your Can We Talk coffee mug. Email us at info@movementworldwide.org. They're $15, and that includes shipping. Make a donation via Cash App at $Movement Worldwide, or go to our website, click the Patron button, and sow a seed of $12 per month. That's 40 cents a day. Whatever the seed, it's greatly appreciated. Be sure to follow us on all platforms. Click the notification button, subscribe, like, and don't forget to share. It's that time. Tea Time Topics.
Yes, it's Tea Time Topics. Tea Time Topics. I love me some Tea Time Topics. Yes, I do. Yes. That's right. Don't forget to hit that like button. That's it, Jassy Carrot. You better tell them. Don't forget to hit that like button. I love Tea Time Topics, and we always have the tea, so we're going to go right into it because we have a few things to share with you on tonight. Yeah. And we're going to jump right. Somebody say right in. We're going to jump right in. Oh man, I don't even know if I got these in the right order. I don't, but I'm gonna follow my thing right here. Boom.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So here we go. This is amazing. When I think about, it always brings back the memories. 9 slain churchgoers' families reached settlements. The U.S. Department of Justice has reached an $88 million settlement of lawsuits filed by the families of 9 slain churchgoers who were shot by self-proclaimed white supremacist Dylan Roof in Charleston, South Carolina 6 years ago. Their families, 14 plaintiffs, filed a series of lawsuits against the FBI for negligence, arguing the incident may have been prevented if the agency's background check picked up on Roof's felony charge. Our gun laws are a mess in this country, and so many people have suffered from it. And this is indicative of what has happened down through history. And my heart goes out continuously to those family members. Of course, it's great, when people get settlements, we always talk about, oh, so-and-so got this many $1 million and that many $1 million. But, there's no money in the world that can replace your loved one. It can't replace your loved one.
No.
It can't. And I know that in a lot of cases, the void will never be filled. You'll never feel that, you'll always feel that sting. But my thoughts and prayers continue to go out to them. And, hats off, the government should have been sued, because that and many other things, there are many other cases that should have been caught. And unlike this one. And it's so sad that they invited him in and prayed with him, had, Bible study with him. And then he just slayed them like that, right in their own Bible study. So such a sad thing. You want to say anything about that, Annette?
No. I don't want to.
All right, so we're gonna move on to the next one. Yeah, it's just a sad thing. Come on, fellas, let's take us on.
Moving. We keep it moving.
I'm gonna let you take this one, Nat.
Okay, this is a good one. All right, downtown belongs to me too. A newly built statue of a Black soldier stands opposite the Confederate statue in Tennessee. A diverse group of pastors in Franklin, Tennessee, has taken a different approach to addressing the Confederate statue that stands tall in downtown square. They said instead of tearing it down, they helped build a different statue as part of the Fuller Story project, serving as a constant reminder that what is this? This statue, sorry, is a 30-foot statue that was erected in 1899 by the United Daughters of the Confederacy in the city town square. Sawyer says, he's the pastor, says, the statue symbolizes people like him were not welcome downtown, and he's a black guy. The completed statue depicts a black Civil War soldier, part of the United States colored troops. There were 200,000 black soldiers serving in the Union Army and Navy, and most of them had been enslaved.
Wow!
And I will say that I forgot. He decided, because the other statue was 30 feet. He decided not to build as tall because he said he wanted people to be able to see
it.
Yeah.
It is something. It is something that, and the reminders are still in many cities. I was watching a documentary one day where someone was talking about in the city of, and I think it was Montgomery, Alabama. They said they were never coming down. They're never coming down here. And I'm like, and the statues there are like huge, big, bold. I mean, tall, like in the center, like, I mean, hovering over everybody's head, much like that tall monument. But you know what? Giants do fall. And
that's right.
And you might have a clump of cement making them a giant in the eyes of people, rubbing it in their face, but they came down. Those giants fell. There were giants once upon a time, and guess what? Statues fall too. So God has a way. So keep worshiping it. So that's ridiculous though. But I'm glad that he did that, and I'm glad that he, can live to see that honor, right before his eyes. So we give it a bell, and we give it
yeah, that speaks volumes.
It speaks volumes. It does. All right, fellas, come on, take us to the next one. Come on, and that's fellas, where y'all at? Y'all at? Where y'all at? These are that men. These are that moving men, y'all.
Moving. We keep it moving.
All righty. Man, this one is an interesting one today. This one, the trial of the former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin riveted the nation. Yes, it did. Chauvin was charged with second-degree unintentional murder, third-degree murder, and second-degree manslaughter after a video of him kneeling on the neck of George Floyd for over 9 minutes on May 2020, sparked global protests against police violence. In an exclusive interview with CNN on Thursday, several members of the jury that convicted Chauvin earlier this year are speaking out about the experience. 7 members of the jury sat down with Don Lemon and told him their decision was made solely on the evidence presented, not their views on race or race relations. Watching George Floyd call out, this is somebody said, watching George Floyd call out for his mom just broke my heart. And that was a lady by the name of, what is her name again? Her name is Belton Hardiman. She said, me being a mom, a Black mom, and a Black grandmother, she said, seeing that, she said, we call out for our mom when we're hurting, when we're in pain, and when we're in need. And unfortunately, his mom could not come to his rescue. In fact, no one came to his rescue, and it's heartbreaking. And so it's nice, to hear from the people who actually had to sit on that jury. And when I saw her and read her statement, I was like, wow, I know that had to have moved her inwardly to have to sit there and see it. It hurt me to see it relived over and over again. And that, I remember the day that you saw that. And I remember you said that your husband had to calm you down because you had completely lost it.
Yeah.
Watching it on television.
One of the ladies said something very interesting because I watched it. I watched the whole thing. I never watched nothing like that.
Right.
But she said, because they was, the first charge, it was a no-brainer. And they were saying, one of the jurors said, let's not look at what he did. Let's look at what he didn't do. Because as a police officer, when someone is in distress, you're supposed, because she did say the motto for the police department. She said, but that's your job. If somebody is distressed, you start some type of CPR or something. And they were saying he did nothing. They said, in fact, when the people came, EMT or whatever, they had to tap him on his shoulder to make him move. And so they say once they looked at it like that, it was a no-brainer. They know it's obviously killed him. But when they say what he did not do, I say, wow, that was powerful.
That is powerful.
Because but you never move, you never offered any kind of aid, nothing. And that's what they were saying. So yeah.
Wow. So we were happy to hear from them. For those who were brave enough to speak out, and I know that sometimes it's not popular, but hey, it's good to hear from some of those people. So we applaud those speakers, those jurors who not only spoke out but did the right thing a year ago and sent this man where he belongs, in prison. In prison. All right, fellas, come on, let's take us to the next one.
Moving, moving, moving. We keep it moving.
All right, moving right on. This is Annette. So I'm gonna let you take her.
All right. Look at that. Helpful. That's what my mama used to say. A Texas woman pointed a loaded gun at a 7-year-old child trick-or-treating outside her house. Sheriff said that the Texas woman pointed a loaded gun at the 7-year-old child trick-or-treating outside her house on Sunday. The Hays County Sheriff Office said that Monica Ann Bradford yelled at the children who were walking outside. She had a problem with them walking outside her house in Buda, a small town near Austin. Bradford then left the home, and she went back in the house, and she got her loaded gun, and then she pointed at the poor baby. The 35-year-old woman was taken to custody around 7:20 and charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, a felony. My problem with this is her bond was set at $10,000. Why?
That's what I'm saying.
She was released on Monday, according to the county jail record, and they were saying they're gonna do a follow-up in this case. What? People done lost their mind in this country.
Lost it.
Oh, just crazy.
Lost.
Okay, the child can walk in front of your house. They didn't even say the child even came, just walked in front of the house. So I don't know. It's just cuckoo for cuckoo.
But people have lost their minds, and
they have.
It's a sense of entitlement.
Yeah, I don't understand
people.
What is wrong? Because
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, she did, Anita. She took a stupid pill.
Girl, yeah.
A seriously stupid pill. And you know what we got for the stupid pill people? Big old fat
This is crazy. Some of the stuff.
Crazy. You're gonna punch it. You know what? But it could have been my child. Oh, God always know. God know it. I'd have been in prison by the whole lot.
Oh my gosh. And she's a young woman. She's 35.
Girl, we'd have been at war. I'm telling you, don't point no gun at my child.
7 years old.
A 7-year-old baby trick-or-treating. That's ridiculous. Exactly, Jassy. At its worst, that you think that you can do that and get away with it, and then they let you out and your bond is low. You pointed a gun at a child, at a baby, at a child who just learned how to walk and talk and can't even read good. That's ridiculous. Entitlement all day long, and I'm sick of it. But you know what? She's gonna get hers. She's gonna get hers. Come on, fellas. Let's get the trash off the stage. Come take garbage out.
Moving, moving, moving. We keep it moving.
I can't with some of these. I can't with this one and that. I can't.
I know.
Either. Alabama judge booted for racist, inappropriate behavior. A judge who oversees elections in an Alabama county was removed from office after being accused of racist, sexual, inappropriate behavior that included demeaning comments about women. Talladega County probate judge Randy Jinks was ousted in a unanimous order filed Friday by the 9-member Alabama Court of the Judiciary. Following a trial, the panel found that he violated 5 judicial ethics rules, including failing to uphold the integrity and independence of the court system. Complaints against Jinks included claims that he watched and shared sexually inappropriate videos and said, quote, listen to this, y'all, and said George Floyd got what he deserved when an officer in Minnesota murdered him. You hear that? You hear that foolishness?
Yeah.
Yes, he said it. And that's why he ain't got no job. You gonna lose your job. You done lost your job. That's some foolishness. I'm disgusted that we have people like that. We have people like that sitting in office still to this day. People who are voted into office, who are making decisions over our lives. Foolishness. I'm telling y'all, that's why we got to be.
Well, his name spoke for itself. Jinx. I guess he got Jinx and got out of
Annette L. Where the bell? hell.
Your name was self-fulfilling.
Yes, he did. He jinxed himself. Yes, he did. I
Uh-huh.
bet he calls himself a Christian. He probably is.
Oh yeah, you're a Christian.
I'm sure. Hey, Arnita, you done got you a bell. He probably is. He probably is a trustee or a deacon or something. He's something. He's an active tithe-paying member somewhere. Yes, he is. Holding up his gun and his Bible. That's what they do. Oh, just disgusting. I can't take it. I can't take it. Arnita, he will bust hell wide open. Yes, he will. Come on. I got to give you one, Jassy. I got to give you one. Oh, my God.
He just got jinxed.
What you said?
I said he got jinxed.
He got jinxed. Shoulder.
Jinx got jinxed. Yeah.
Come on, fellas. Let's take it on to the next one. Let's get the garbage off the stage. Let's get the trash. Take the trash out, y'all.
Moving. We keep it moving.
All righty.
Go ahead.
Yeah. For some reason, this had just intrigued me. I don't know why. But anyway, 2 weeks after 28-year-old North Carolina woman Shamika Johnson went missing. One of the men she was last seen with led police to the location of her body. Shamika has been missing since October the 13th. She was last seen at the BP gas station at Albemarle Road in Troy, where she got a ride with two men that she knew. Wow. Shamika cause of death is not known, but Chief Akins told Dateline he hopes that an autopsy report will shed more light on the events that took place. I think I kind of with her because of the fact that at least with her, the family knows, because since the other young ladies that died, more and more people are being found. And it's a lot of this out there. This is just one isolated incident. But my heart go out to the family. I think she has some children too. And my point is, even sometimes people we know, you have to still be careful. Ladies, she got in a vehicle with two men. Yeah. I don't even, I'm always weary. I'm watching, because you just never know.
Watch your surroundings. You got to watch your surroundings. You got to watch who's in your life.
Yeah. Because Anita, one time, because I live and down the street, this guy I knew, I've known him all my life, and he lived in Bunny, but he lived in those apartments down the street. And he said something to me he said, "Oh yeah, I've been watching you. I see what time you leave, and I see what time you come home, and you be doing." I was thinking to myself, "Oh, I don't have no gun." I said, "But let me get a hammer. So if he busts up in here, I'm gonna have to." But I'm just saying, I was
the hammer.
The hammer, I got a hammer. But I was so unnerved because I'm thinking like, that's before I got married and all. But I'm thinking like, he told me, "Oh yeah, I be watching." You be watch? Why?
Don't be watching me.
Don't watch me. Don't watch me. I got a hammer and I'm gonna use a part of it with the claw. I'm taking you out. But I'm just saying my point is
with the claw, y'all.
But when I saw this, it kind of unnerved me because you never know, ladies. Let's just be careful. That's I think that's why I wanted to talk about it.
You have to. And I always tell people to watch your surroundings.
Watch it. Oh my God.
Be mindful when you're getting into the car, when you're coming in your house at night, all of that. You have to be careful because people are crazy. People are crazy. All right, fellas, come on. We got a few more.
Moving. We keep it moving.
This is an interesting one.
Yeah.
This is interesting. 2 weeks after, treat those kids as if they're yours. After a string of violence arrests, a group of Louisiana dads restore order to a troubled school. The group is composed of about 40 dads tied to Southwood High School in Shreveport, Louisiana. A predominantly Black school had experienced a string of violent fights, resulting in about 24 students arrested this year. Gosh. And those fathers have stepped in to help their community resolve a crisis. This is a crisis.
Yeah.
After a few meetings, some of the parents took it upon themselves to reclaim their neighborhood school and the students who go there. By early October, with the support of the principal and superintendent, Dads on Duty was formed. Once the fathers came to campus, the constant fights suddenly stopped. That is good. And
that is phenomenal.
It is phenomenal. And because it can't be one or two. It has to be the community.
Yeah.
it has to be the community. You have to like join together, because one or two dads can't do nothing. But you get a whole group of them, they're gonna be harder to take down.
Yeah. And they walk up and down the hallways, and they don't have that problem no more. And that was the missing. Listen, all the police were gonna do was arrest them. They weren't gonna come up with a solution to help. And sometimes we got to step in as a community. So I'm like you, Jess. I love this story.
They're gonna all they're gonna do is harass them and give them a record. And that's not going to help them in the long run. What's going to help them is for them to know, listen, this ain't going to fly. You can't do this. We're going to stand in the gap. You are not going to do this.
That's right.
And they walked in and gave those kids the daddy look. Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Yes, they did. And we applaud those dads. That can't be easy, giving up your time and, and even risking lives, because kids carry guns.
Yeah.
If it comes down to the point that you want to protect your own child, you got to.
That's right. Steps. 40 men. Stop talking about our men don't do anything. 40 men.
40 men. They right there. They right there. They doing something. Yeah. That's right, Tanya. Hey, Tanya. They right there and they doing something. Come on, fellas. Take us to the next one.
Moving, moving, moving. We keep it moving.
Okay.
Hey.
All right. Boston has selected its first woman mayor. Right. Michelle Wu, 36, will now be the first woman to serve in the city's top office, but also the first person of color. She defeated fellow Democrat Anita. Well, I know why this chick lost. Nobody can't spell her name. I'm sorry, y'all.
Anita Sabi.
Sabi, I'm sorry. If she ever see it, I apologize. It wasn't. I just come George. 47 on Tuesday. Wu, the daughter of immigrants, broke Boston's 200-year pattern of only electing white men for the job. Oh, come on now. Boston acting mayor Kim Janey became Boston's first black female mayor in March after Marty Walsh resigned to serve as President Joe Biden's labor secretary. But see, you notice something to say. You notice something. They're talking about who won the governorship, but they're not talking about all this other stuff too. This is important too. You're not hearing that on the news, but anyway.
But you know what? And let me tell you something. Women stepping up. Women ruling. Women doing the thing. And I've been supporting and applauding the women. They tell you go ahead and pronounce the name. When you look at it, I mean, she's a Taiwanese woman from immigrants. I mean, she's a descendant of immigrants. So, the immigrants that they don't ever want to be here, but it's really the brown people. They don't ever say anything a lot about the Asian people, except that they've been getting a lot of lash lately with all of the violence against Asian people, which is not good, which is not, which is sad. So, all right. So we applaud her. And we're excited about her. They got just black people all around. Y'all better do the darn thing. That's what I'm talking about. Women rule. Hey, applause. I'm excited about that. Come on, fellas. Take us on to the next one. We almost done, y'all.
Moving. We keep it moving.
All righty. Here we go.
I spelled it right, Anita.
That's okay. Democratic Eric Adams has been elected the 110th mayor of New York. Woo, 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 woo. The 110th mayor of New York City. He defeated Republican nominee Curtis Sewa. Adams, a retired New York Police Department captain who embraced a public safety message, will be the second Black mayor in the city's history after the late David Dinkins. He said, I wanted people to know my story, being a dishwasher, having a learning disability, being arrested as a child, going to school at night, working in a mail room. That was the story I wanted to send New Yorkers, and they felt me. And because of that, I'm now going to be the mayor of one of the greatest cities on the globe. And this is what he said. That's what I'm talking about. I'm so excited to, just to be a part of history like that. When you look at it from the perspective that you are able to see this, yes, I'm putting up some of the old comments applauding the women. Yes, we do rock. And yes, congratulations, Mayor Adams. We are so proud of you, and we applaud you. We applaud you in this season. Yes. All righty. We're gonna keep this party going. We're gonna come on, fellas. Let's take us on to the next one. We almost done. We about to be out of here.
Moving. We keep it moving.
Go ahead, Annette. You got
Okay. All right. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to plug up my computer. It's dying. Okay. So Chris Anna Benson from Charlotte, North Carolina, wanted to show her daughter that her brown skin and bold features were beautiful. So she used a representation gap in the retail industry to create Pretty Dope Society, an extensive collection of product. Since October 2020, her brand has set out to breathe life into Black art because representation matters, and has since sold thousands of items that fill the representation gap and bring smiles and dialogue to customers, from diaper bags, travel bags, blankets, drinkware, and more. This holiday season, buy items that are more than just material objects, but ignite the everlasting culture and the creativity that is Black art. So on her product, a lot of this is Black art, or all of it is Black art.
Well, yeah, you can see like from the
beautiful. And it's beautiful. And she has so much that she's selling, and she sold thousands. That is such a wonderful idea.
Man, I love it. I was looking through some of her inventory. I'm like, well, I have to buy some. You know, sometimes when I see stuff like this, I love to go back and revisit some of the stuff that I, said I was going to get for somebody for Christmas or a birthday and stuff like that, because there's so many businesses like this that you can support. So I'll be getting a couple of things like this for my nieces and sisters. I'm so excited. And we listen, yes, another sister rocks. Yes. And we applaud her 100%. We love it. Ooh, Black girls rock. Black girls rock. Yes. Black girls been tearing it up, y'all. Black girls been tearing it up lately. You notice that, Annette?
Yeah. Girl, look now.
We've been bringing it. We've been doing it. Yes. I do too, so I love that overnight bag.
That is beautiful.
Very nice. All right, come on, fellas. Let's take us on out. Take us to the next one.
Moving. We keep it moving.
Yes. Look at this little wonder right here.
Girl.
Look at this one. A 12-year-old Black girl enrolls at Arizona State University to study chemistry and engineering. At just 12 years old, Alina Wicker is set to start college at Arizona State University, majoring in astronomical and planetary science and chemistry. She plans to be an engineer for NASA someday. Since she was 4 years old, it had always been her dream, as she was building NASA-sized Legos. When Alina finished high school, okay? When she finished high school through homeschool classes, she began pursuing that dream and will be starting classes at Arizona State University this summer. She expects to finish college at the age of 16. I'll be driving in one of those future space mobiles by the time I graduate college, Alina said, adding that she wants to build rovers that could be sent to other planets as well. More than that, Alina is also very active on her Facebook page, where she plans to launch a podcast to share her journey. That is amazing.
That's amazing.
That is amazing. Look, just beautiful. Just beautiful. Yes, Tyrena, our Black is beautiful. I love it. And we applaud this little sister. Let me tell you, she is doing things on the level that I can't even imagine. And it's so possible. It is possible.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
I'm just still trying to pronounce some words. And she get ready to be a rover.
She's talking about finger snaps 3 times. Black girls rock. Yes. Black girls rock. I love it.
But you know what I like about her, Anita? That she's going to do a podcast so people can follow her journey.
So people can hear her story.
How original is that? Oh my gosh, I love it.
I love it too. I love it too. So amazing. So we applaud it. We applaud her. We applaud her parents, because I know that has to be a task when you're teaching somebody and they become that brilliant. I know some other minds. I know a friend of mine whose son is brilliant like that. He's looking to graduate from high school by the time he turns about 14 or 15 years old, and he's homeschooled, and he's not being forced. It's just that he's in an environment where he is learning at such an accelerated level. So we are excited for her, and I'm gonna follow her and watch her whole journey. I'm gonna find her Facebook page. I'm gonna follow that little sister. Yes, I am. I'm gonna follow you, Alina. We love you here at Movement Worldwide.
Girl.
We celebrate, and we give you all accolades, baby.
Hey,
we give you applause upon applause upon applause.
I know. When she graduates, tell her we can have some crabs together, girl.
All right, fellas, y'all better come on. Let's talk about crabs here on Can We Talk?
Moving, moving, moving. We keep it moving.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, that's cute. That's cute.
All right. Media mogul Brian Allen. You know, this man here is somebody, y'all. Owner of the I guess that's Gyro has added to his empire by acquiring HBCUGo.tv, which is a streaming site for Black colleges and universities. Allen, that's his Allen Media Group, made the purchase of the HBCUGo.tv from Simone Evans Media LLC, and it has reached a total of 105 historical Black colleges and universities. Wow. This is just the latest boom for the HBCUGo.tv, which made a deal with Central Athletic Association. It will air 44 games during the current football season, in addition to men and women basketball. He owns, this is amazing to me. He owns 24 TV stations and 20 media markets.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
He tried to buy something recently and they blocked him. But anyway, he is phenomenal. I mean,
that's empowerment. That's empowerment. I love him. I watched this story. I watched several interviews that he did, especially with the court case that he was doing that he had with Comcast. I watched.
That's what it was, Anita. Thank you for that.
But I'm gonna tell you this thing. I'm gonna tell you this thing right here. They can't stop him. No matter how much they're trying to, they cannot stop him. They cannot stop him. They have been trying to stop him for years, and they cannot stop him. Because you know why? Let me tell you. You can't control what God's going to do with
That's right.
You can't. And we applaud him so much. I love him, and I watch everything that he does. Yes. That's what he actually sued them. Put up Jassie's comment. Yes, he sued Comcast. That's what it was. But you know what? But the thing is, at the end of the day, you can try all you want to block the power of the Black message to go forth. It's got to come out. America's going to have to pay for the sins of this country, for the sins of slavery and the sins of oppression. They're going to have to. Black people have been completely ignored in every aspect. Everybody's got restitution. Everybody's got, all kinds of things. Everybody gets business loans, this, that, and the other. And, Black people always have to be the ones to suffer and have to work the hardest, have to work twice as hard, have to do twice as much, have to be twice as educated. But you know what? The day is coming. And I believe so heartily. I know that God's word does not return void. And he said in his word that the wealth of the wicked is laid up for the righteous. You just hold on. Hold on, good people. Hold on. The day is coming. Amen. Amen. And amen again.
Yeah. Sharon Eisen, do he sing?
No.
That was Sharon Eisen.
I said with Brian L, the singer. I want Sharon to do her.
He was doing he was on TV. I didn't ever know him to sing.
I've never known him to sing.
Yeah.
He was a comedian.
Yeah,
did television shows, entertainment stuff. I mean, that's what I've always known him for, is his work in television. So that's what you don't remember from way back in the day, Sharon, but yeah, he was always on stuff like David Letterman. He was on it was one show that he did that was really big. I can't remember what it was, but he was always Real People. It was Real People. It was he did Jay Leno. He's done a lot of stuff. So yeah, that's the thing. He was an actor, comedian, spokesperson, very powerful. And guess what? They can't stop him. What's he said? They can't block what God. They can't block God. He blocks you. Come on, preacher. Yes. All right, good people. Well, we've come to the end of our tea time topics. That was it. I always get sad when it's over.
You
I'm
know,
so glad we had this time together. I get a little sad because I love it. I love tea time topics. I have so much fun. I just love Wednesday night in general. I love coming here and talking to our movers because they're so special. So, movers, when I ask you to do something before we leave, please hit that like button at the bottom of this video that you're watching, whether it's on Facebook or YouTube. Also, hit that share button, share it with somebody, and make sure you are subscribed. You can also sow a seed via Cash App at $ Movement Worldwide. You can also become a patron by going to our website, movementworldwide.org, clicking that become a patron button, and it will take you to patreon.com where you can set up your account and set your amount. Yes. Oh, yeah, he did have his own variety show for a minute. Yes, so you can set your own amount, and but many people have set it for more than what we ask for, which is $12 a month. That's 40 cents a day, but you can set your own amount for whatever it is you want to set it for. We greatly appreciate it. Every seed counts. It is good seed into good soil, and we pay the returns 100-fold. And good people, listen, make sure that you subscribe to all of our channels everywhere that we are. You can follow us everywhere at Movement Worldwide. You can also email us at info@movementworldwide.org. And let me tell you right now, there's a whole lot that we got going on. I'm going to give you a rundown. We start on Tuesday nights with Annette L. Anderson with Tuesday Night Talk TNT. That's Tuesday Night Talk, where we take flight and soar. That's speak, orate, articulate, and reverberate. Yes. Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. live on Facebook and YouTube. And then come right back here on Wednesday nights at 7 and meet us for Can We Talk, where we have our transformational topic. That's idioms and phrases that are used to help transform your way of thinking, help empower you, and give you what you need to go to the next day, to the next level, to the next place that God has for you. Wednesday is not only hump day, it's movement day. Gotta give you a bell all in the middle of the rundown, Jesse Carrot. That's what I'm talking about. It's movement day. We have to use that. Then on Friday nights, if you are not on Clubhouse, you can text the word movers, pull out your phone, go to your messages, where it has for the phone number. When you go to create a message, type in 474747. I know that ain't 10 numbers, but just type it in. Trust me, it's going to go somewhere. And where the message goes, type in the word movers and hit send. When you send that to us, you'll get a text message every time we're live, every time we have a link or something that's going on. We don't wear you out. We just remind you when we're coming on. Trust me, you're not going to get a whole lot of messages. So you can text us, because Friday nights we're on Clubhouse, and I know a lot of y'all are not on Clubhouse. So if you're not on Clubhouse, just download the app. Trust me, it's going to really empower your life to be on Clubhouse with us in this conversation. That's how we met our sister Anita. We met Anita. She just stumbled in our room. I don't know how Anita. It was late. We were getting ready to leave, and all of a sudden, here she come raising her hand. If you want to say something. And she came up. She said, I just came here, and I feel like I'm home. And she's been our sister ever since. So we love it. We go to her room. She comes to our room. We're on Friday nights at 8. She's on Tuesday nights at 7. So please join us. It's a whole lot going on. Friday nights at 8 p.m. Clubhouse, when God calls. Then on first and third Saturday, and we will be praying this Saturday, we will be on Clubhouse at 10 a.m. for praying through the pandemic, with a collaboration where we join forces with Elder Moselle Mason, and we pray on all topics. So not only that, but on Sundays, you can join us for Power Walk Sunday, same platform, live on Facebook and YouTube, where we inspire and motivate you to walk into your God-given destiny with power and conviction, where there is always, somebody say always. There's always a word for you. Yes. And that's Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. every Sunday, live on Facebook and YouTube. And then you want to say anything before we leave?
Oh, just thank you so much. It's been fun, and it goes so fast. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
We look forward to it, and we have a busy week, but we love it. It's just walking in your destiny. So just hopefully we'll see you Friday night, but if not,
yes, hopefully we will see some little faces Friday night with the party hats. They put the party hat on you when you haven't been on Clubhouse. All right, good people. Well, we've come to an end. We thank you all so much for joining us. You could have gone anywhere else with your time, but you stopped by here. And we want you to come back and join us again sometime. So God bless you. Enjoy the balance of your week. Be safe. Remember to be mindful of your surroundings. We love you. Peace and blessings to you and your family. And that is coming with her heart.
My heart. I'm learning tonight.
There you go. There you go. Bring it up a little higher in that. Bring it up a little higher. Look at that heart, y'all. All right, good people. Y'all have a good one. We'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.
Walk into your God-given destiny with power and conviction with Power Walk Sunday, starting March 7th, each and every Sunday at 10 a.m. live on multiple platforms. TNT, that's Tuesday Night Talk with Annette L. Anderson, every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. live on multiple platforms. Go where you can soar. That's Speak It, Orated, Articulated, and Reverberated. When we eat well, we live well, and all will be well. Go to elbwell.com, join the journey, and take your life back. You can also join Eat Well, Live Well, Be Well every second and fourth Saturday at 3 p.m. for Be Well, a health and wellness series. If you don't have your copy, get yours today at Amazon.com. That's Living Life One Quote at a Time by Annette L. Anderson. Helping us grow spiritually together. Tired of the fluff and puff of playing church? Ready to be a powerful vessel? Ready to work the word? Join Connie Green every Tuesday at 7 p.m. on Facebook Live. And we're here every Wednesday at 7 p.m. live with Can We Talk? Your co-hosts, Annette L. Anderson and Anita Faye Wilson, with Tea Time Topics, where we discuss trending subjects and current events. You can also discuss these with your Can We Talk coffee mug. Email us at info@movementworldwide.org. They're $15, and that includes shipping. Make a donation via Cash App at $Movement Worldwide, or go to our website, click the Patron button, and sow a seed of $12 per month. That's 40 cents a day. Whatever the seed, it's greatly appreciated. Be sure to follow us on all platforms. Click the notification button, subscribe, like, and don't forget to share.